Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is BP with Together We Grow, here for our next installment on Bandit Signs 101. Today, we're going to be talking about avoiding the sign police. I went ahead and I put on our Facebook page and I asked a few different people around, different investor groups, different people that use the signs, and I asked them what's the biggest thing that they want to know about Bandit signs, and everybody was asking about the placement. Everybody was asking about how to avoid the sign police, making sure that we don't get fined. What I'm going to do here is over the next few minutes, I'm going to go over different techniques on how to avoid getting fined from the sign police. I'm going to go over some rules. I'm going to go over certain things that you can do before you place the signs, and also certain things that you can do after you place the signs once you're receiving the phone calls. Once again, to avoid any type of fines, anything like that, because we're here to make money, not to lose money. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some rules with you. First and foremost, make sure that, and this is probably going to be the biggest tip that I will give you guys this whole series. When you're out there placing signs, make sure that you do that in the middle of the night, okay? Placing signs in the middle of the night will do quite a few things for you. First and foremost, it will probably cut your sign placement time in half. You don't have to worry about all the traffic going around, all that traffic you see there, having to wait across the street, having to wait for the light, none of that stuff. You can go, you can park wherever you want, you can pull wherever you want, nobody's gonna mess with you. Nobody from the city works at nighttime. Most of the city people get off at about 6 p.m. They're not gonna be out there at 1, 2 in the morning whenever you're out there placing signs. Third, and probably most important, any of the police officers, any of the authorities that are going to be out and about, they got more important things to worry about than somebody out there placing signs. It's the middle of the night. Obviously, their police force is down, and they have to concentrate on the murders, they have to concentrate on the rapists, they have to concentrate on the drug dealers, they have to concentrate on all that stuff. You don't even know how many times I've been stopped as placing signs at nighttime with the police officer pulled right next to me. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Placing signs." He said, "Have a good day." The next thing that I want to go over some of the rules here is do not act suspicious when you're placing signs. If you act like if you're doing something wrong, people will treat you like if you're doing something wrong. It's pretty simple. When you're out there placing signs, you don't want to be looking around. You don't want to be doing this type of stuff. Don't do that. Just go in there, go to your sign, place them, continue placing them. If you're waiting for a light per se and there happens to be a police officer right there next to you, wave at him, say hi. Let them know what you're doing. I mean, these people are not stupid. They see you with your fucking sign in their hand. They see you placing them. They know what you're doing. Don't try to act, and don't insult their intelligence by trying to act like if you're not doing that. Just go ahead and do that. Like I said, at nighttime, most people are not gonna mess with you in regards to that. If anybody happens to say something like, "Hey, you can't be placing that here, you can't be doing that here," don't get confrontational with them. This particular business, in regards to the city, in regards to if they're going to fine you or not, this is a complaint-driven field, which means that they're not going to mess with you unless people complain. Now, people are not going to complain about you if you're just out there placing signs, but they will complain if you're out there being blatantly disrespectful. If you happen to go and, I don't know, let's say you go to a liquor store and it's 11 o'clock at night and they're still open, and the gentleman comes up and says, "Hey, I don't want you placing those signs right here in front of my store." Don't be like, "Well, fuck you, I'm going to do it anyway," and just continue on your own way. Don't do that, because he'll call, he'll complain, and then the city will make sure that they go after you and try to find who you are. If you're out there, say, "You know what, I understand, thank you," and then just move on to your own spot. Just move on to the next corner, move on across the street. Do not get confrontational with these people. The last thing that I want to go over, and this is probably the most important rule in regards to avoiding any type of fine from the city, in regards to what the people are going to call you and tell you on the phone, in regards to anything else. People, the city, the cops, whatever you want to say, whoever's out there issuing these fines, the code enforcement, they cannot fine you until they find you. Let me say that one more time. They cannot fine you, F-I-N-E, until they find you, F-I-N-D. That right there is probably the biggest nugget of information that I will give you to avoid any type of issues with the city or the authorities. They will not be able, how could they actually send you any type of fine if they don't know who you are, if they don't know where you are, if they don't know what you're doing? They can't. They can call, they can harass you, they can say this and that over the phone, and we'll go over some of that stuff later in regards to what people actually say when they go on your phone. But once again, you want to make sure that you place your signs out at nighttime. Make sure that you're avoiding any type of authorities. Make sure you're avoiding the city. Honestly, the police force, they could not issue any fines in regards to signs. The only ones that will be able to issue any official type of fines would be the city code enforcement, not the police officers, the city code enforcement. So once again, place them out at nighttime. The city doesn't work out at nighttime, the weekends, those type of things. Most people know that. Plus, they'll cut your time in half. Be respectful when you're out there placing signs. Don't act scared. Don't act like, don't pretend like if you're not placing signs, because these people are not stupid. They know what you're doing. They see the signs. They see everybody else's signs out there. So don't insult their intelligence. And finally, in regards to the rules, they cannot fine you. They cannot fine you until they fine you.